The southwest side.
Una brutta parola e il cielo non t'oscuro mai.
Lincoln Navigator. What a luxury. Should be.
Right now, it's your local forecast on the Weather Channel.
Hi, I'm Bill Keneally here in Washington, D.C. We have a wide variety of precipitation across the metropolitan area, and none of it good. A full report coming up.
And in Nashville, ice and sleet continue to be a big problem tonight. Roads are still slippery. Will it be that way tomorrow morning? We'll find out with a live report in just a moment.
And I'm Jeff Morrow in Dallas, Texas, where the roads are just now starting to recover from earlier ice. Unfortunately, more looks to be on the way. I'll have a complete update next in Weather Center.
And whether it's snow, sleet, or freezing rain, a major winter storm is complicating the holiday. Good evening and welcome to Weather Center, sponsored by Charles Schwab. I'm Terry Smith.
And I'm Warren Madden. Arctic air dominates much of the country, and we'll be looking at those conditions nationwide in just a moment. But first, places from Texas to Virginia are locked in an icy grip. Let's go to Dave Schwartz in the Forecast Center with details. Dave.
That's right, Warren and Terry. Just what we expected might happen here on Christmas week is happening. The forecast is verifying, but in this case, we wish it wouldn't have. We've got an ice storm that's taking place from Texas all the way up to the nation's capital with a little snow or the northern edge of that. And unfortunately, it's going to persist through tomorrow. If you have travel plans, you will want to listen up closely. And look at this. This is how it's all coming together. The cold air is in place from coast to coast, except here in Florida. Cold front across northern Florida and then out over the Gulf of Mexico. High pressure came in from Canada and drove this cold air across the border and all the way into the deep south. 36 in Houston, 38 in Brownsville, Texas. Now, over top of this cold air is warm, moist air coming in from the southwest. It's raining up in the clouds, but as it drops down to a sub-freezing surface, this orange indicates where it's frozen precipitation. That's not only snow. If it were snow, it would be a walk in the park for us. But for many of us, the problem is sleet and freezing rain. That's what the red and pink indicate. That not only goes through tomorrow morning, but all the way through the day on Thursday. So we're in a very static situation. Let's take you outside to have a look at some of this wintry weather. A mess it is, though it will be a white Christmas for some. And for those of us who live in Washington, D.C. and further north into Philadelphia, Harrisburg, Baltimore, and New York City, a white Christmas is almost guaranteed. How much snow is on the ground? Well, let's have a look at it. Bill Keneally standing by live in Washington, D.C. with this report. Bill?
Dave, I can't say it qualifies as all snow, but it is whitening the ground here. And I got to say, all those people that said this fall is way, way too warm, we want winter, well, be careful what you wish for, folks. Winter came in right on cue about 12 hours after it arrived on Monday night. Tuesday morning, the cold air blew in. It laid the foundation, as you have talked about, Dave. And the atmosphere here is fairly frozen all the way up, and therefore, by and large, we're not getting a whole lot of freezing rain. A little bit out there, but primarily it has been snow. Now it's more or less sleet across the area. Show you some pictures shot earlier this evening from the region. Folks are out there scraping windows. That's a sound we haven't heard in quite some time in the district. And also we had some crews out there doing the sanding thing and the salting thing. And you got to figure, Dave, there's quite an arsenal of sand and salt ready to attack this winter, given the fact that I believe the district, at least here at National Airport, which is only about a mile away, picked up a mere ½ an inch the whole winter season of 97-98. So the story here is snow and probably more overnight tonight. Let's get that story and that wide variety down in Nashville. And with that, here's Jim Cantori.
Bill, I still can't believe that it was 70 degrees here 2 days ago at this time of the night. 70 degrees, and how things have turned around for so many, and this morning how so many were caught off guard as they headed out on the roads. Numerous accidents here in the Nashville area as a result of freezing rain, and then on top of that, a sleet storm where we've had an accumulation of at least an inch of sleet where I'm standing here along the I-40 corridor. Well, let me show you what it's like on the highways earlier on today when the sun was up. We went out and shot a few pictures here for you, and you can see just how slippery it was. And unfortunately, this stuff is pretty much caked on the roads, and it's not moving. You can salt till your heart's content. You can scrape till your heart's content, but this stuff is glued on the roads, and it's going nowhere. As a matter of fact, it'll still be on the roads as of Christmas Day with the forecast of cold temperatures. It's 25 degrees tonight, and you can see how the traffic's moving along I-40. The headlights here showing us that traffic is moving, but slowly at that, and is expected to continue tomorrow morning, moving very, very slowly. Again, folks, if you're heading out tonight or even tomorrow morning, you're going to have some slippery conditions to tend with, so please slow it down and get to your destination. Tomorrow, Christmas Eve, you don't want to ruin those plans that you've waited so long for. Let's find out how things are shaping up in the Lone Star State of Texas in Dallas. Here's Jeff Morrow with a live report. Yeah?
All right, Jim, and indeed, we haven't had significant freezing rain or sleet here since earlier this afternoon. Most of it fell from late last night into early this morning. That was enough, though, to cause some major problems. About an 1/8 of an inch to a 1/4 inch of ice coated just about everything. The scraping that Bill was showing going on up in D.C. now, everybody had to do that here. The sidewalks were icy, and of course, the roads were icy as well. We have an accident right now just up the interstate here on Interstate 30, and looks like that's going to be blocking some of the traffic. So there still are some icy patches out there, even though we haven't had any additional freezing rain for a while. That looks like it's about to change as more ice is on the way. Let's show you what it was like around Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport a little bit earlier today. They had to de-ice the planes, obviously,